What's up guys, Joey Sankey from Team 11 Lacrosse here. Today we're going over my wall ball routine. I like to start basic, build up to intermediate, and with advanced. Hopefully you get something out of this and try some of this yourself. When I'm doing a wall ball routine, I usually like to do reps of about 50. And it doesn't really matter if you do exactly 50, I'm sure I don't always count to that, but you want to try and make sure you're getting enough reps that you build up that muscle memory. So I start out right hand, left hand, and then I go catch and switch. Next, what I like to do for wall ball is I like to give myself a bad pass. So I see a lot of players, they throw the ball right back to their sticks, and then when they get into a practice or a game, they get a bad pass, they don't handle it. So I like to throw it, so I'm catching to my opposite side, I'm catching a little bit low. And so I'll go right-handed, throwing it to my opposite side, then I'll go left-handed, throwing it to my opposite side. Next, what I like to do is I like to do that same thing where I'm catching it to my opposite side, but then I switch hands. There's one thing that I like to specifically do when I catch on the opposite side and switch hands that I think gives me a little bit more control of the ball, and that is when I catch it across, I like to get a little twirl here as I bring it back. So you always hear coaches say not twirl the stick, not to twirl the stick. This isn't necessarily a bad twirl. I catch it here, and as I bring it back, I control the ball by turning the stick back. If I don't do that, then there's very little control and I have to be a little bit slower with it here. But if I turn my stick over, I can bring it back as quickly as I want. And that split second might be the difference between you getting a pass or a shot off quicker or having the defensive be in your hands. So after I go right, left, and catch and switch, I like to get a little bit closer, go quick stick. The reason I like to go quick stick, that focuses on more of touch, soft hand. The last two-handed wall ball drill that I do is throw and switch. So we had catch and switch, now I'm gonna throw it as the ball's in the air, switch hands, catch it on my opposite side. So after I do all of my two-handed wall ball, I go to one-handed. And I think that players don't utilize one-handed wall ball enough. When you do one-handed wall ball, it builds your wrist strength and builds your forearm strength, and that's how you're able to snap passes off, that's how you're able to snap shots off. So if you're not doing one-handed wall ball, you wanna make sure you start that right away. The first one I start with is overhand righty and then overhand lefty. What I wanna do is I wanna get this butt end snapping to my elbow. I don't wanna stop it here. I want to snap down and it's like I'm shooting it at the wall, not passing it. So after I go top handed, one-handed, I then go bottom hand. So it's like I'm passing with my left hand, I take the top hand off, now I'm passing here, catching here across. This one really builds your forearm strength. If it's difficult to get your hand at the bottom, just slide that hand up. The higher you bring your hand up, the easier it is. So if you're more advanced, try and get your hand down here. If you're more of a beginner, slide your hand up as much as you have to. The last one-handed wall ball drills that I do are sidearm one-handed and underhand one-handed. So the reason I like to go sidearm and underhand one-handed is to build that wrist and forearm strength, but it also challenges my control of the ball. If I don't have complete control of the ball, it's gonna slide out. So I wanna make sure I'm using my wrist, I'm cradling, and then I'm snapping. So I'll go sidearm, I'll catch it, then I'll go underhand, catch it, back to sidearm. So after I go through that wall ball routine, I then just like to have some fun, do whatever I want. And if you watch guys who are some of the best wall ball people in the world, guys like Matt Gibson, if you watch what he does, he gets really creative, he has fun with it, does behind the back, he does all of that stuff. So try and incorporate anything you want to finish up, get creative and have fun. So today's Team 11 tip, going over my wall ball routine. Again, I like to start basic and build up and then try and have fun with it at the end, mix in as many different things as you can. One of the things I would tell you is that if you're not dropping the ball, no matter what talent level you're at, you're not challenging yourself. So you should constantly challenge yourself so that you're going fast enough that every once in a while you're dropping the ball. Hopefully you found this helpful, send it to your friends and make sure to subscribe to the Team 11 YouTube page to learn more.